X and Y intercepts. The x-intercept is the x value of a function where it crosses the x-axis. The y-intercept is the y value of a function where it crosses the y-axis. The y value of an x-intercept is always 0. The x value of a y-intercept is always 0.
Zeros of a function. A zero is any number that can be used for x that will produce 0. A zero is the same as an x-intercept. It's also known as a root. On a graph, zeros are where the function crosses the x-axis. Because not all functions cross the x-axis, there can be functions with no zeros, and there can also be functions with more than one zero.
Finding x and y intercepts and zeros from a graph. Looking at this one, to find the y-intercepts, basically what we're going to do is look for where the line crosses the y-axis. For here, this would be 4. Finding the 0 or the x-intercept would be looking where the line crosses the x-axis. In this case, this is -2.
Alright, so the first thing we want to do is hit y equals the type in our equation. We're going to clear out anything we have before, type in the equation. In this case, it's -3x plus 12. You hit graph for that. Wait for the equation to come up. And there it is right there. To find the y-intercept, you're going to hit second trace. And then you have an option for value. That's the first one. You're going to hit enter there. And that gives you an x equals. You're basically typing in what you want x to equal, and that'll give you the y value for that. That was good. So since a y-intercept is always the value when x equals 0, we're going to type in 0 for x, hit enter, and then that'll give us 12 for y. So 0, 12 is going to be our y-intercepts. Then to find the x-intercept, or the 0, you're going to hit second trace again, go down 1 to 0, that's the second option. You hit enter for that. And then just like we did when we were finding intercepts, you want to go to the left of the 0 first, then move down to the right of it, hit enter, and then hit enter again on guess, and our 0 is going to be 4, 0. Alright, so for this next example number 2, you have x squared and then an x, so you know this is going to be a parabola. So we're going to try this one out. First you hit y equals again, type in the new equation. In this case it's x squared plus 5x plus 3. You're going to graph that. That's going to look like this. We can already tell just by looking at the line graphs that there's going to be 2 zeros. Then you're going to hit second trace. To find the y-intercepts, you're going to hit value, and then once again for x, you're going to type in 0 so that you find what y equals when x equals 0. Hit enter for that, and it says right down at the bottom that the y-intercept is going to be 0, 3. You're going to hit second trace again to find the zeros. Once again, go down to the second option, click enter on 0. Left bound, we're going to do this one first, the one on the left first. Go to the right of it, then it says guess, we're going to hit enter. And here we know that our first 0 is -0.6972244. And if we want to find our next one, we're going to just do the process over again. 0, left bound, then the right bound, hit enter when it says guess. And our second 0 is going to be -4.302776. This time we're going to try to find the zeros for an equation that has 3 zeros, meaning that it crosses the x-axis 3 times. So I hit y equals, I'm going to type in the equation, which in this case is x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 4. I'm going to hit graph for that. And we see here that it crosses the x-axis 1, 2, 3 times, so it's going to have 3 zeros instead of 1 or 2. And also, if we're going to find the y-intercept, it's going to be up there. We'll find that now. You hit second trace again. For value, we're going to type in the x value to 0, and that'll give us our y-intercept. Hit enter. Looks like our y-intercept is 4. So now we're going to hit second trace again. Now we're going to find the first 0. We're going to hit 0, left bound. We're going to do this 0 over here first. Go to the left of it first, then the right of it, and then hit enter for guess. And that gives us our first 0 of negative 1.855773. Find a second 0, we're going to hit second trace again. Once again, 0, left bound. Go to the left of it, and go to the right of it, and then hit enter when you have guess. And that will give us our second x-intercept of 0, which is 0.678366283. Second trace again, 0, left bound, go to the left of it. We know that it's over here, so we're just going to go to the left of that x-intercept, go to the right of it, and then hit enter. And our third 0 is 3.1774.
Problems you can try. For 1 and 2, use a calculator and find the y-intercept and the zeros. For number 3, find the zeros for the graph at right.